Hello everyone, this is Granny Gamester here with your beginner's guide of Conan Exiles 2021, and I am playing on the PlayStation 4. And in this guide I'm going to show you what you can expect from your fighter thralls and archer thralls in combat. Yeah, now we have Duke here who's a fighter, but I am going to make him an archer for this demonstration. So I'm going to click on him, and as you can see I've given him a bow and I've given him bone arrows. Now, in order for him to use the bone arrows, I have to actually click on those with my X button, go over and highlight my bow, and then click my X button again, and that loads the bow with the bone arrows. Now, you want to have fish on him rather than gruel, because fish will increase his accuracy as an archer. And then you also want to have a source of weapon on him, whether it's a sword or daggers or whatever. Because when archers are in battle on the ground, they will back up firing their arrows, but the enemy will catch up to them. And when they do, they need to be able to defend themselves. And they will. They'll resort to hand-to-hand combat if the enemy gets too close. So you need to have something for them to fight with. And the other thing about archers is that they will only fire from 2 foundations up. If you put them up any higher, they can't fire. They won't be able to reach the enemy. So we're going to pick old Duke up here, and we're going to put him up on top. And as you can see, I have some crenellated fences up here. And the reason for that is that normal fences, so that they won't fall off, they can't shoot over them. They won't do it. So you need to put the crenellated up here to keep them from falling off, and plus allowing them to shoot their bow. The unfortunate thing is that the tier 3 crenellated fences, that's the only time they're available as the tier 3 builds. So yeah, but that's okay. You probably won't need them right away anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over here, and we're going to drag this shield back over, so you can see exactly what this archer's going to do. Little tail. Come on, you. Now I'm going to try to keep my camera on Archer here so that you can see exactly how he behaves as we approach. And there, he's seen him. So now he's drawn his bow. I'm going to keep my shield up. And he's got 1 arrow in him. Now, as you can see, he doesn't rapid fire. He does pretty well. So you won't need to put a huge stack of arrows on him. I usually do 50 to 100, and that's usually plenty. Now, the other thing that usually happens, no, if this shield back will do it. I don't know if I can get him to do it before my thrall actually kills him. Usually once they figure out who's, nah, he says, I'm out of here, boy. I'm gone. What they usually do, of course he wouldn't, is they'll come in here close to your archer because they know that's who's shooting at them. And your archer cannot shoot straight down from 2 foundations like that. He just won't be able to do it. So when you're building your base, you want to keep that in mind. If you build a tower here for an archer, you want to build one over here so that they can crossfire if an enemy gets close to the foundation like that, and vice versa on the other side of them. Yeah. So a 4-corner tower approach, even in medieval times, that's why they did that. So they could cover walls on every side of their fortress. So that's an important part when you're setting up your base with archers. And usually when I first start out, that's what I'll have at my base, is archers, mostly. Okay, so we're going to bring old Duke back down here. And I'm going to take my bow and arrows off him. And I'm going to show you what he does as a fighter. Now again, as with all thralls, you want to make sure you put the very best armor that you can on them. I want him to follow me. And weapons. Because their armor and their weapons do not lose their durability while they're on your thrall, which is a really nice feature. And also, weight does not matter to them. So you could put heavy armor on them, even if you're not strong enough to wear it yourself. If you happen to pick it up out there as a drop out in the world, put it on your thrall, because he can handle it. And he needs the protection, because he's going to do the bulk of the fighting for you. So we're going to take him up here, and I'm going to show you what he'll do for you. Now I do have him set in his behaviors. I have him set to, I think, 5. I have him pretty close to me. I don't want him running into a huge camp into the middle and getting himself into trouble. I do like to pull the enemy out one at a time so that we can handle them together. And he is just a level 1. Now a level 2 is going to be a little bit better thrall. A level 3 is going to be better than that. And the best thrall that you can, a fighter thrall that you can get, either archer or fighter, is the tier 4, which is a named thrall. Those are the ones ultimately you want to go after. But for the beginning game, a level 1 is fine. He's gonna protect you. But you don't want to get into the middle of this. You don't want to take a level 1 into a camp like this and think you're gonna be successful, because it won't happen. He just doesn't have enough strength, and his health pool will never get up there to where he can handle all of that. So he's taking him out, and then we have another one coming up here, so I'm going to fight this one. 2 is not bad between 2 of us. Now you can see once he kills his thrall, he's going to come back and help me. And what I like to do is keep my shield up so he can hit him from behind. I've got this thrall's attention, so he's fighting me, and my thrall can get him in the back. Nice tactic. Works every time. And there he goes. He takes him out. Now we're going to go down here, and this is a pretty big camp. And one thing you don't want to do is rush into the middle of this thinking you're going to be successful, because you're not. Now this thrall, if he gets into trouble in there, and I want to pull him out of there and ask him to return to me, if he is blocked by these Defari, because I'm going to bring him right in the middle of here, and we're going to get right into the middle of the fight. And here he is. Now we've got 3 or 4 of them coming. Now you can see they're all ganging up on him, and I'm really concerned for him. But if I try to ask him to return, his way to me is blocked. So he's not going to be able to come out of there. And they may kill him. So the best thing you can do is run. Just run. As far away from the battle area as you can. And they're going to return back, but he's going to return to you. And if he is still blocked, he'll teleport to you. So that's very important to remember with a thrall. If you got them into a situation and you're worried you're going to lose them, that's what you do. You run. You just run until he teleports to you. Yeah. Now, if there's a situation where you're in battle and you die, your thrall will stop following you. He will be disconnected from you, and he will stay right where he was when you died. Hopefully, you will be able to retrieve him. If you go in there and click on him to follow you again, you'll pull him out of there. But if he's surrounded by the enemy where they spawn, you're not going to be able to reach him. You're not going to be able to get him before they all activate and start fighting him and you again. So the best thing for you to do is collect your dead body and just leave, because he will return home on his own. And the way you can tell what the situation is go to your follower management, click on the fighter that you have, which in this case is Duke, And under status, you can see he's following me. But if I have died and left him in the middle of a group of enemy like that, it will show scouting. It will say he is scouting. And it will stay that way for a while. And then it will say returning home. And he will return home. And that's an excellent, excellent feature. So you don't have to go in and get him, and you don't have to rescue him. He'll come home on his own if you're in the middle of battle like that. So that's a couple of nice features with your thrall when you're out in the world battling and you can't get back to him to get him to follow you again. Once you go after your body, if your body is far enough away from them, you can actually see him standing with all the enemy and they're not doing anything. And they won't until you get close enough to aggro them all. And when you do, they'll start fighting him again, and possibly you. And it's a very messy situation. So, like I said, the best thing to do is just go home, and he will return on his own anyway. So, yeah. Thralls are great. They really are. And like I said, the best thrall that you can get is a tier 4. And I will do a video on that, which ones I think are the best and where you can find them. And yeah, so if you found this helpful, please give me the big old like, and if you'd like to see more, just subscribe, and if you hit the little bell, you'll be notified when I post my next video. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, GG out.